Hello and welcome to our live coverage of our playoff field hockey game here, which is against the Gardiner Tigers against our Leavitt Hornets. This is the 4 seed against the 5 seed, so welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We've got about just under 2 minutes until they're going to probably announce starters, but we wanted to go live, make sure everybody's all set. If you're in the chat, please feel free to say hi. I'm Caroline Labrie. I'm covering, and then we also have
Abby Simpson here.
And the best Lily Pond.
And then we also have Janika Cashflow Kelly on the camera. We also have sound support Chip Groover, and we also, temporarily, and then we also have Haley Turcott as our administrative assistant. This is going to be a really good game. Really excited for this one. I think our Hornets are looking for a little bit of redemption in this game.
Big game.
The last time they played each other, what happened, Lily?
Leavitt lost, unfortunately, actually.
Yep, in double overtime. So that means
2-1.
that game was very, very close.
Tough game. Tough game.
When you get to double overtime, like that's just
upsetting.
it's literally almost like a coin toss as to who's going to win that one. So this is a big game. Obviously, it's playoffs, so if you don't win, your season is now over. Right now, we've got the officials checking the cage, making sure there's no loose spots. That's Anita Thomas and Cindy Place. Anita and Cindy have been officials for a very, very long time. That's a good crew that you want to see for a game today. We'll see what happens here. Both teams are warming up, trying to get the most out of the last 30 seconds they've got here. Right before we went live, Leavitt had a team huddle up, trying to get ready. If you notice that the lines on the field are also, like some of the hash marks are actually pink, that's in honor of Coach Wanda Ward McLean, who passed away from breast cancer in June. So right at the half field, and then the stroke marks are actually both in hot pink. And that's in memory of Coach Ward. Yep. So just little touches of Coach Ward just about everywhere. So, the players, you see the coaches wearing Team Wandini gear. It's kind of been a driving factor for the season. So we'll see if they can channel some more Wandini magic today.
Last time we played Gardiner, it was on turf, so
Yes.
this is a big game for Leavitt.
That's a really great point. Turf always can change a lot of things. So we're going to see if they're going to be announcing starters or not. We're not quite sure. It doesn't seem like it at this exact moment because the AD who usually makes the announcements is on the other side of the field. So
Maybe we're just going to get right into it.
we may just be going for it.
Big game to get right into.
We already got people on here, so hey, thank you. Maybe you're my grandmother. Hello, grandmother.
Hey, Grammy.
Yep, her name is Luana.
Is Dan on?
I don't know. My husband, he is working. He does have a job. He does have to provide for me.
That's normal.
I don't provide for myself
He's a
as a
working
teacher,
man.
but hello to Haley Chadbourne, Gardiner alum, but also torn right now. She is a Gardiner alum, but also has ties to Leavitt, so we'll see what happens
Seeing
here.
that Leavitt Hornet.
Ava Twitchell coming over to turn off the music, being a great team contributor. Hello, Ava. She can't hear us because the music is very
Good
loud.
job being a good team contributor.
I like
Way
her
to
hair.
go, Ava. Oh, that is a nice. I like the hair. That's a good idea.
I like that.
It's almost like a twist on the French braids. Fancy. It's like my favorite thing about college softball is all the different hairstyles.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
so
cool. You learn new hairstyles.
How many braids can you braid?
Ooh, I don't know. I can do quite a few. Miss Kelly's really good.
You're a
We've got a
braider?
bunch of, our Leavitt football team is here for at least the first half before they start practice today. Had a big lift with Parkin first.
I just can't hear anything they're saying.
Are you announcing starters?
Yes.
Okay.
We are doing starters.
One of you put the flag out, unroll it, and just hold it while I do the national anthem.
We have an assistant named Haley Turcott ready.
Haley,
She's on
So
it, LaRoche.
We are
She's on
actually
it.
going to be a part of the anthem.
Go hold it outside.
are we singing?
Yeah, we
Just kidding.
We're not singing. All right, so we're about to announce the starters. We also have a flag being rolled out, so you may see that in front of the camera.
I can help you hold it.
There we go.
Sometimes you underestimate the size of the American flag when you see it unrolled like that. I mean, I guess you
That's
can.
pretty big.
Can't
Yeah,
let it
it's a
hold
big
it.
flag.
It's a big
Touch
flag.
it.
You're a grand old flag.
We've got a student section developing here.
We do. So I'm going to actually stick my microphone out so that we can hear Mr. LaRoche, and then we will resume as soon as the anthem is finished.
I do
Stay
that?
tuned. What is happening? It wasn't me this time.
That was
My
so fun.
microphone's the only one not muted. We are just waiting for Mr. Ross to do the announcement, so please stay tuned with us as we get ready to start this game.
Is it like a Bluetooth microphone? Oh. Okay. It's a little windy out there.
We go down because we have the flag.
What?
We go down because we have the flag.
Good afternoon and welcome to Leavitt Area High School for today's semifinal regional match for field hockey between the visiting Gardiner Tigers and your Leavitt Hornets. At this time, we will announce the starters for the Gardiner Tigers. Number 8, Emily Brown. Number 1, Friendly Chason. Number 13, Taylor Hebert. Number 6, Macy Hickey. Number 2, Avery McMallister. Number 99, Natasha Marshall. Number 11, Karen Nichols. Number 10, Brianna Smith. Number 16, Gabby Sousa. Number 7, Gavin Swindells. And number 3, Hannah Tweedy. And now for your Leavitt Hornets. Number 1, Maddie Morin. Number 2, Katie Soroy. Number 3, Ainsley Berry. Number 4, Olivia Norton.
Freshman.
Number 5, Jada Beatty. Number 8, Isabel Gates. Number 9, Addie Twitchell. Number 14, Emma Beatty. Number 26, Mallie Buckley. Number 29, Adeline Walker. And number 64, Emily Poland. This time, if you could all please rise and remove your hats. The flag is flying in the building about, 3/4 way down the window.
We're very close to the flag.
Is that normal?
We want to give full support to Haircut for holding the flag there. That was a very helpful
What
step.
do you mean? She did not touch that flag.
It was a very awkward time. All eyes were on us. It felt
It felt like I was a flag.
like we were a part of it.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. Everybody should be unmuted now. All right, let's talk field hockey. Let's get
roll.
ready.
Can you see me?
There's a bug.
Yeah, we got a lot of flies and beetles in here. So just as a shout out.
There's a lot of people here at this game.
Big game. Football actually delayed the start of their practice so that they could come to this game.
Big deal.
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot of them. Was this mandatory for them?
no, I think it was they purposely said we're gonna do later practice so that we can
Thank you, LaRoche.
You guys did a good job.
Means a lot.
really. It was great. All eyes were literally on us.
Yep, literally.
And it was not necessarily our favorite.
In the most uncomfortable way.
It was hard because it looked like if we were giving thumbs up to people because they were giving us thumbs up, All right, so big game about to get started here. If you don't know some basic rules about field hockey while the officials get set, the ball cannot touch the player at all. You have one side of your stick. That's it. You got to hold on to it. Hola, senor. And that's it. Ball cannot go too high in the air except for when you're doing specific passes called aerials. Ball goes way up, and then the players have to give a respective amount of space so that the ball can land. You're going to hear a lot of whistles. If you're new to field hockey, you're going to hear some whistles. They're a part of the game. The players are used to it. A lot of people don't quite understand that, but it's the way it goes.
It is what it is.
So we'll do our best to, I am a retired field hockey coach. I played field hockey in college. So if you've got questions, you can put them in the chat, and our associate Haley will do our best to read
Haley's
those to
gonna
us.
answer them.
We're going to try to keep an eye on some of the other games going on as well. Oh, an aerial to start the game right into space.
Right into Emma Beatty, one of our only 2 seniors this year.
2 seniors.
She's rolling.
Emma Beatty loves to bring the ball right up into space, and then she uses a big, pretty strong drive. Hits the ball pretty hard. There's one.
Did that hit her?
I think they're going to say it was a little bit high.
It's okay. She'll bounce back.
It happens. So we will do our best with all of the names. Obviously, we got the rosters today.
Just cross country.
Yep, cross
That
country's
is
working.
Gabby Sousa. Sorry if I'm pronouncing
Sorry,
that
I'm just
wrong.
trying to get a good view.
No, it's fine. I have the roster numerically, which is better for me personally.
Oh, yeah. Last time it was hard.
Yeah, some teams put their rosters by grade or by position. So Adeline Walker's bringing the ball to space on the left side. Looks like they're going to...
What was it? Left side or right side that's better?
So it's easier to play on the right side because that's where the natural left side of the... Like, it's your strong side.
Yeah.
So it's easier to play on that side. But for lefties, it can be about the same.
Can you see?
Yep. Double team there. They're going to say a little bit of a hack. So Gardner's ball... And a hack means, like, like when they're trying to get the ball, it hits the other player's stick or
Something.
shin guards. Here's Jailbird Gates going for the ball. Izzy Jailbird Gates. That's a hard one. Jailbird.
Jailbird.
So occasionally we'll do some nicknames, but we're going to do our best to learn everybody's names, hopefully before the end of the first half. Katie Seroy bringing the ball up to
Here
space.
we go.
Number 11,
Oh!
Tara Nichols putting some pressure on.
Did she just meg her?
Maybe.
Is megging a thing here?
Not quite, but like takeaways and stuff, yeah. Nice play by number 3. That's Anna Tweedy to save that ball from going out of bounds. We're going to say there was a little bit of a hack there, so some contact between the sticks. Number 8, Emily Brown.
I would say something I'm looking to see from Leavitt this game would definitely be them spreading out
Yes.
and potentially being more on the people because they need to guard better.
Yeah, so it looks like both teams might be doing what they call like a shadow or like they're just going to tail one person the entire time. So sometimes you'll see that Izzy go into space, received by number 11, Taryn Nichols. You'll see players trying to go to, they might just like literally like follow one player the entire time to try to interrupt their game. I believe they were talking about that. They did that to Emma. Gardner did that to Emma Beatty last game. It doesn't look like it's... Well, they're on defensive side right now. But that's actually very, very common in field hockey where you just say, all right, we're going to do... we're going to designate, one person to follow.
Right to Maddie Morin.
Maddie to space here. Yeah, it's... Both teams are definitely crowding a little bit. And sometimes as you get comfortable into the game, you can kind of find your stride a little bit.
One.
That was a nice ball. This... Obviously, their last game, they went into double overtime, so there's definitely... I'm guessing this game's going to stay pretty close.
What's that?
So Izzy Gates was bringing the ball in, and basically the Gardner player just wasn't physically able to get out of the way. She was trying to, so instead of calling a corner, they're going to say, like, hey, like, bring the ball back out. So now the ball has to go 5 yards. Let's see if they can get a corner. Oh, nice try there by Izzy Gates. So that's the first real like offensive attack we've seen
Yeah,
from
that was
either
good.
team. So that's if you're Leavitt, that's what you want. You want
That's a
that
good
pressure.
start.
This free hit's going to matter, right? You want to keep the ball down here. You want to keep your pressure going. It's interesting that for number 8, Emily Brown, she was bringing the ball up, but she switched to her reverse stick side, which this is your strong side. You want to see those players using that benefit because that's your advantage, and the defensive, it's their disadvantage. So if you're on the right side, I would want to see a little bit less reverse stick personally. So Katie Seroy on the ball here.
Ooh.
See if she can get a pass into the circle. Right now, it looks like, this happens early in games where, like, you're almost waiting for the ball instead of really making those
Going
cuts.
at it.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice
Oh,
stick work
nice
by
there.
Anna Tweedy right there, too.
Oh, right through her. There you go.
Yep, so let's see if they can make something. That's a
mate.
nice pass. Yep. We used to call that Olays.
Ole, 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 ole.
That's a shout out to Tiffany Poland. She was a big Olay player. She loved hitting it through people's feet.
Oh, really?
Yep. So number 16 here with a nice aerial out to space.
You can put your stick up like that?
Yeah, it's an aerial.
You can, especially where she wasn't surrounded by any other players. So let's see here. That's one off of Addie Twitchell's feet. So looks like this is good pressure from Gardiner. Number 7, Davin Swindles. I'm so sorry if I'm screwing up the name. Please correct me if you
It
are
sounded
in the
good.
chat.
Sounded good.
Jailbird.
Nice shots here by Gardiner. This is good pressure. Good save by Emily Poland.
There you
nice
go. Get
ball
it
out
out.
by Izzy.
They're
So
gonna
let's
take
see.
it up.
Yep, this is going to be if this game can get fast paced. I think it could pick up pretty quick. They're going to say Leavitt ball. So what happened there is you have a right to hit the ball.
Came out of nowhere.
You have a right to hit the ball, but there's also within reason. You also need to execute that. So if it didn't come across as an execution, they'll call it. This is a semifinal. So let's see here. Next round is quarter. This is Jada Beatty playing defense here. They're going to say it went off of her. Looks like they're saying maybe her hand. Number 2 with the pass through. Nice job there by Emma Beatty.
Running straight through them.
Yep, Emma Beatty, when she gets going.
She's going.
Hauls.
Yep. So she should. The only thing what's going to happen here is because the ball's coming so far off of her stick that it's harder for her to get that call. If she keeps it a little bit closer to her, she's going to get some of those obstruction calls. All right, ball going in.
Oh.
Ainsley Berry with that pass. So, like, in that case, right, like, her stick went high, but she has a right to hit
Yeah,
the ball
she's
there,
fine.
right? She's got a right. Number 10 with the pass, Brianna Smith. She's going to space here. Is that
Who's 26?
26 is Mally Buckley.
Okay.
Yep. So we actually had a bunch of our freshmen. They were supposed to go on a field trip and be in Salem, Massachusetts on their way back right now. But with the game at 3 o'clock, they weren't going to be back in time. So we
they
had
stayed?
some girls that couldn't go to their field trip today.
What did they do?
They got to have a planned absence at home because all their classes, nobody was in their classes.
Yeah. Huh.
Because, like, I covered other classes today instead of having my freshmen.
Right.
Katie Seroy putting pressure on, but this is what you want to see. See how this player for Gardiner, number 11, Tara Nichols, like, she went to space and she stayed on her strong stick side. Being able to stay on your strong stick, like, you have more control in that case. So she was able to hit the ball a lot harder because she was staying on her strong side.
Looks like Addie Twitchell's gonna take that hit.
Addie Twitchell, she's fast and she's got some fancy stick skills. She's got some aerial passes.
Whoa.
Yep.
Check that out.
Yep.
Right to Emma Beatty.
Yep.
She
So
didn't take
usually
that
you don't
right
change
up.
the field like that, but if you can get it in the air and execute it like we've seen Addie do repeatedly, works out. So Emma Beatty with a nice
The
hard ball
drive.
there. Jada Beatty going for it. Picked up by
The
Izzy Gates.
jailbird.
Nice touch there by Maddie Moore. And let's see if Katie Seroy can get to
Oh.
that. So what they're going to say there is
Nice.
she didn't, I mean, that wasn't intentional, but for
Right.
number 13, what happened was she went to try to one-time the ball, and she actually missed, and she almost hit Katie Seroy. So in that case, it's the player
That's
isn't in
dangerous.
control, so it's deemed dangerous. So they're going to call a corner on that. So this is the first corner of the game. If you don't know the rules of the corner, Gardiner has to send all but 4 players back up to the 50-yard line. They have to stay there till it starts. Leavitt's ball has to start on that line, leave the circle, and go back in. So usually you see a lot of passes in high school. You're going to see a shot, and they're going to say Addie should have controlled that. So let's see if Leavitt can keep the pressure. Let's see how Gardiner responds. Nice. Gardiner has some really nice hard passes considering they play on turf. This grass has been an adjustment
Yeah.
for a lot of teams. They're going to say Addie Walker, but they're also going to say that she was physically unable to control that ball because of the way that the Gardiner defenders were playing. So this ball can go right onto the cage. Nice ball by Liv. Let's see if nice. Oh, good try. Oh, Ainsley Berry with the save. Fancy.
Very good.
Must have been the extra rest from not being on the bus. So let's see. Maddie Morin's reaching. I would like to see a double team right there for Leavitt. That way you can secure the possession. So Jada Beatty cutting on, but number 16, Gabby Souza, was ready.
On Jailbird. Right on Jailbird.
Yep. So sometimes the officials like really want the ball to go in a specific place. So sometimes you will hear them whistle for it. But that's a really nice hard pass to space and to an open player.
That was a really hard pass.
Number 1, Brinley Chasen. But there we go. Mally, was that Addie?
That is Addie.
Addie just, every once in a while, when she starts cooking, we talked about this last game where like players start to really get comfortable and in a rhythm. So if Addie Twitchell can get in that rhythm, it looks like Izzy Gates is ready to play today too. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Because their last game, they started out like that against Nokomis, and that was a big deal.
They won that, right?
They did.
Yeah.
So let's see what they can do here. Ball didn't have to go 5 yards because they're outside the 25. So let's see what Maddie Morin can do here. And I picked off right there by number 11 with a nice pass up. Number 11, Taryn Nichols. To number 3, Anna Tweedy.
I like that name.
Emma. We've had some Tweedies that have come through Leavitt before.
Oh, really?
Which Gardner's actually not that far from here. So
it's like
45 minutes?
Yeah, 45, 50. Yeah.
Oh.
She down.
That that wasn't intentional. She's trying to, but she's trying to do almost like a shave move there. That's what that's called. Oh, I know. We need a sound effect technician.
She doesn't have the headset though, so she can't hear it. It's okay. Just go press button.
Let's see what Addie Walker can do here. Addie Walker is a sophomore. They've kind of, they're going to say that ball went up high off of the Gardner player, number 7, Davin Swindles. So Addie Walker did a self-start there. That's what that's called, where they can just start dribbling. Yep, self-starts. So sometimes self-starts are just better because you can also go right at the defenders because they're not ready and they have to give you some space. That's a part of the rules there with the self-start or just free hits in general. Because you used to have to be 5 yards. That was like a big, big rule. But now with the self-starts, it's a little bit difficult. So they've kind of changed that.
Oh, right through them.
Yep. Let's see. Pass that one up to number 10, Brianna Smith. So we're definitely we're in a state of back and forth right now. It seemed like Leavitt had some pressure, and then they went kind of went a little back and forth there. So it looks like Macy Hickey has received the ball. Her and Emma Beatty are kind of scrumming for it here. Emma Beatty with some nice stick work. It's called a Y dodge, according to Cashflow Kelly over there. It is called a Y dodge.
What is it?
So you almost make like a letter Y with your move. So you pull back, and then you go at a different angle. So it's almost like a Y. Olivia Miller. I like that Leavitt is trying to go wide and go to some space. That was some nice defense by number 6. But.
Oh, right at her.
And I think what's going to happen, I'm worried for Gardner, is that they're having to play, like everything they're doing is requiring more effort because they're playing on grass. So I am wondering what that's going to do because like all of their hits, they're having to put more on them than they are with the turf. So they're going to say that was third party. Third party is like a moving screen in basketball.
Okay, that's right.
Every time I say that, people are like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
So Olivia Miller stopped that ball and then received it by number 8, Emily Brown. So yeah, we're kind of hitting a ping pong state here with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first period. Quarter.
Ping pong state, I like that.
A lot of back and forth. Emma Beatty, here she goes. Watch her. She's going to space. Just watch her. Here she goes. Ooh, watch me go to space. Here I go. Emma Beatty. And because she stays so controlled with it most of the time, that's why she gets a lot of calls. Because if you stay in control, you get those calls.
Oh, well, she just took that girl out with that ball.
Oh. I think Emily was ready to make that pass before Izzy was ready. They're going to say that ball was a little bit high because Gardner's trying. I mean, Gardner understands you've got to play fast right now, but I think when you have to do that, sometimes you're sacrificing some of your fundamentals that keep things clean. And I think Leavitt's kind of doing the same thing. We're getting had a lot of whistles.
Yeah, a little sloppy.
But it's.
Can you type no score on here?
It is scoreless. Thank you. We realize you guys. We'll try to.
I can't see that far away.
If I was Maddie Morin, I would have self-started right there. Don't let them get set. Don't let them get ready.
Ooh,
that's a nice ball in, but we need people ready to go here. Emma Beatty's kind of playing in a defensive mindset on that circle, from what I have seen. she's like waiting for Gardner to receive it instead of trying to make it happen. She's in my homeroom, so I would tell her this to her face too.
You gonna talk to her about it?
I would. Let's see here. Ball up. So now, yeah, we're starting to kind of hit the.
Do they wear shin pads?
There are shin pads.
Okay.
They're like almost made of like the top layer of a football helmet. They're pretty hard, but there are certain
big.
spots. There are
They are
certain.
big.
They're thick. Yeah, there are certain spots that if it hits you, it doesn't matter what kind of protection you have on.
Too many times.
Yeah, we've all been hit.
Cash flow Kelly over here.
Yep. Yeah, Miss Kelly on camera also played field hockey, and so we can relate to the pain of playing field hockey.
I would not want to
Let's
get
see
hit
if-
by one of those.
So number 16, that is Gabby Souza. She's bringing it up, getting it out of here. Mally Buckley receives it. Mally Buckley, she is a freshman. She's made she's done really well. Her and Ainsley Berry have really been
I was gonna say there's a couple
big
freshmen.
contributing factors here. Yeah, Mally Buckley, not allowed to go on the field trip.
A lot of juniors.
Yep, it's a
Only
young
two
team
seniors.
overall. You got
It
2
is.
seniors, and Emily Poland started playing this year. Oh, the goalie went out for the
come on.
ball. Let's see if Ainsley Berry can put it in, and she does.
Which one is the?
So that was
Need a sound effect.
Natasha Marshall came out to get the ball like you would want her to, but Ainsley Berry was right there ready.
Air raid
Do
siren.
it, sure. So that is the first goal here. We are now 1-0. There are 25 seconds left in this first quarter. I'm not really sure because it used to be periods, now it's quarters.
Oh.
So my husband gets upset with me
That's
that
a
the
pretty
quarter.
big goal to set Leavitt off.
And like, you know what it was? Like that goal was like, that was an exclamation point. Like, oh, if you can catch, if Leavitt doesn't score on that and I'm Coach Marston, I'm angry.
You're mad.
Yeah, like that is an opportunity you can't miss.
Oh, that's 4 on Addie.
Yep. Addie is known for her handles. And
She's
and
a
her
dog.
driving, and she now has her license, so she's a driver.
She's a
You can
driver.
drive.
She can drive.
drive.
Katie Seroy also doing a
Good
nice
pass.
job. So let's see if Leavitt
see
can
it.
get the ball in and get a corner here.
That was a good look.
Oh, Leavitt was close. So
Let's-
Leavitt was trying to get another corner right there because if the time expires and
Oh, you keep going, right?
Yep.
Until
Yep.
it's.
At the end of a game, if it stayed 1-0 and Gardner got a corner with no time left, they would play it out because it could change the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
If Leavitt was up 2-0 and their time expired, they wouldn't play
Whatever.
it because it wouldn't change the outcome because there wouldn't be any more time.
Oh, we got quite a few viewers.
So we have a lot of viewers. I think. How many do we have?
42.
42. Wow, this might be a record. Hello, everyone. So we just finished the first quarter/period here.
Scores 1-0 Leavitt.
It is 1-0 Leavitt. We're in the first little timeout session here. Things that stand out. What do you think, Abby?
Oh, I think we're dominating the over in this circle, whatever that one's called.
That would be the place for them to do it. That is
Yeah.
correct. I think it took a little bit for both temes
I
to
think
settle.
once we turn it up, we turn it up. And I don't think we're going to turn back down.
If I'm Coach Marston, I am saying we have got to keep, this is a playoff game.
This is not
you
over.
can't afford any mistakes. And honestly, that situation right there with the goalie where she went out to get it and it just got tipped. Just that teeny tiny thing could be the difference in this game. When you get to the playoffs, it can be something
Everything.
that small that really changes. All those little things can really add up, and sometimes it takes one thing. So we'll see. I mean, Ainsley Berry, she saw that ball, and I think anybody that saw that girl possess that ball knew she was scoring.
Yeah, she was going to get
Ainsley
that.
Berry is a scorer. So if you give that girl a chance, she's going to, probably
will.
7 times out of 10 she's scoring. I would say that's probably, if we looked at her stat line this year, between
Jeez.
her shots on goal and
That's
how many times she
impressive.
scores, she's a very, very strong scorer. She really stays calm and in control, which as a freshman, you couldn't be more excited about that if you're Coach
She's going
Marston.
to have a good next 3 years then.
Yep, and Emily Poland. So Emily Poland, she had to step up and make a save. This is her first playoff game. First playoff game as a goalie. First year as a goalie. But I think if I'm the Gardner coach, I'm saying let's settle down. We've got to play controlled. This isn't turf, so you've got to be more focused because the ball also can hop differently. When you play
Yeah.
on turf, the ball is very true. Yes.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, and for your goalie, I think what Ms. Kelly was just saying, I'm not sure if you heard it, is that you want your goalie to step out and make that play. That's the goalie's job. The goalie's supposed to, if you think you can get it, go get it. It just got tipped just right, and then when she was too far away and then trying to get back, right? So, I mean, this is going to be I think it's going to be a great game. I'm pretty excited.
My prediction, 3-0.
3-0? Okay.
3-0.
At halftime, we actually have some other stuff. We'll kind of talk about some comparative data. We're going to try and check in on some of the other games that were going on at the same time. So stay
All right.
tuned for that as well. I did some research this morning while my freshman class was on their Salem field trip.
I'm surprised you didn't go.
I did have a
figured
sophomore
you'd
class
go.
today. I did have my own class, and I have a senior homeroom, so my HPT gets upset if I'm not there.
Yeah, they would. They would.
Yeah, it's not fun. Not even in your.
So Ainsley Berry is fighting for the ball right now against number 11. That's Taryn Nichols. So her and Katie Seroy, you'll see them once they get comfortable. They do a lot of give and goes. Katie Seroy, that's a nice move there. She didn't get that call again because it was too far away from her by the time she had completed her move. So if I'm Leavitt, I'm thinking you can win some of these little possessions here, but you've got to keep the ball. You've got to look like you're still in control of the ball because if you're not going to get the call.
So much to it.
Gabby Souza going to space. So the big thing here is she's got to get her feet around the ball because that's where your power is going to be. She's going in. Let's see what she can do. She's got some great handles.
She reminds me of a very Emma Beatty player.
Yep,
Very
I bet they're
defense
very-
and offensively.
Yep. So Addie Twitchell, she's passing the ball up. And if I'm Coach Marston, I'm thinking I want Addie to keep going
Yeah.
in that case and then let somebody else fall back to support her. Because right now, look at all the space Gardiner has to step up on this ball. Right? There we go.
Ooh, there we
Let's
go.
see what Addie can do. So let's see here. Gardner's putting some pressure on. That was a nice touch there to cut onto that ball by number 10, Brianna Smith. She's going to get
She's
the call
good.
here. And look, that's a perfect example of like, you want to self-start, you better
They
keep
just go.
going.
Just
Yep.
keep going.
Yep. So now the ball has to travel 5 yards before it goes into the circle. They can't just monster mash this ball right on in. You have to do something. A lot of back
Before.
passes or dribbling backwards happens because the defenders have to give you the space to do that as well. But
Correct.
and that's for Katie Searer, that was smart because she backed her up, but also now the ball's on the sideline. That's a hard spot to get the ball 5 yards. And then like get your feet around to be on cage. So defensively not super upset about that, but little kerfuffle.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know we have sound effects, but we're all looking out the window. We're nowhere near the soundboard.
I'll make them. Don't worry.
Lily on special effects sounds. Are we using the soundboard? No, it's her voice. Nice stop by Emma Beatty
there
there
you
on
go.
defense. If I'm the coaches, I want kind of like almost like man-to-man defense.
Which
Ainsley
I
Berry
do
putting
think they're
pressure
playing
on.
on a couple players on Gardner.
Yep.
Jailbird was telling me about that.
So Ainsley Berry, that was a nice job by her to put pressure on to give her defense a chance to kind of get set back up. And then if she wins that possession, they're still ready to transition to offense. Maddie Morin has been playing on, she was on the state championship team her freshman year. She was a player on there. She's known for scoring as well.
Bagged again.
That ball's going to come out off of her feet. So same thing there. You see what I'm talking about? If you
Yeah.
keep the ball just closer to
Where's she
you,
going?
then you're going to get that call.
That was a
Why'd you bring it up so far?
yeah. That was very.
Well,
far
so
up.
it's allowed to come out of the circle. You don't have to take it right from
Oh,
where it
really?
happened. Yeah. So that went off Liv's feet. Again, this happens a lot. It's field hockey.
Move on.
In that case, they're not going to say that ball was high because Addie Walker, it actually went off of her stick. So the way that she positioned herself to play that ball, that's why it went high. Here we go. Emma Beatty going to the right, going to space. Oh, but this time she's realized that there are 3 defenders ready for her, so she went back towards the middle, which is smart. And then there she
keeps
goes. There
going.
she found her space. Then it's Beatty to Beatty.
I love Beatty to Beatty.
I see Beatty to Beatty for lunch on one of the days, and it's quite enjoyable.
Jada Beatty was in a feisty mood today.
It's because Emma told her she was going to make her oatmeal and then forgot, and then told her to get school breakfast, and she was upset.
Yeah.
We talked about it
And
because we're
she had
working
a
on communication
whole
in
day.
class. Yeah, so it was like she had to do assertive statements.
I
Yeah,
would be upset about that too.
nice. That's a great ball. Nice ball. Power. Gabby Souza says, "Not today." Well, not right now because they've already scored one, so not today. But like, not right now. Not up in here. No,
No.
that's enough.
Gabby Souza's only a junior too.
Oh, that's exciting for Gardner.
Yeah.
Okay, Ainsley Berry trying to gain control, looking for Katie. Oh, Katie got behind that defender. A slip there by number 8, which also happens on grass quite a bit. I will also say shout out to our field. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, who did it? Who did
The
it?
lines look very crisp. Maddie Morin bringing the ball in. Same thing there. When she doesn't keep possession, she can't get that call. Yep. If I could go over and say one thing, that would be it.
Keep your possession.
Yep,
Oh,
keep
that's
possession
good
of the ball.
pass.
You can't get those calls if it's too far off of your stick like that.
can't.
don't have. If you can't touch it, you're not in possession.
Oh, broken.
There we go. Good
Who do
handle.
you think
Nice
mowed
ball
this
in.
field today? Cobra?
I don't know. Ooh, a shot there by Ainsley Berry. They're going to call a corner. That went off of number 13. So sorry, Taylor Hebert. Not trying to point out the bad, but went off of her feet. So we got a corner here. So if I'm, obviously this is your opportunity. You have more players on offense that they can have on defense.
This is my
You need to
favorite.
take advantage. And when you're one of the people that makes that shot, the shot that you take on goal can get in your head if it's not a good one.
Right to Emma.
There we go.
She's
That's a
gonna
nice
drive
shot.
that
Tip, tip,
right
tip,
in.
tip.
get
There
in
we go.
there.
Oh, nice save by number 2, Avery McMaster. That's a save.
Get in there.
There we go. Leavitt then said, we're still going to make it happen. Maddie Morin. So now we are up 2. It is 2-0 Leavitt, 9:21 in the second. What I would say about that is number 2 made such a great save, and I think what it caused the Gardiner defense to do is they stood up and stopped running back because they thought, oh, we've got it, and that caused that 2-second delay.
Ruffled their feathers a little bit.
Well, they are tigers. What would that be? Shake their cage, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, maybe.
Ruffled their feathers.
Poking
Ruffle
them.
their fur.
Poking them with a stick.
Oh, is that what it's called? Poke a tiger? I don't know.
You
I don't
don't
know.
poke a bear with a stick.
If you have a good agitation
Who
for
do you
tigers,
poke with
please
the
put it in the
stick?
chat.
a bear. You don't
Poke a
poke
bear?
a bear with a stick.
Okay, well, anyways, Gardner is ready. Gabby Souza said, here we come.
Gabby Souza. Wake
Yep,
up.
she's a very
wake
strong
up.
player.
Yes, 100%.
Nice handles by Addie Twitchell to pull that ball back out of the circle and make Gardner reassess. To space. Oh,
Try.
yep. And
Attempt.
I mean, that she was trying to flick it, but it just got the Gardner player right in the glute.
Oh, it's okay.
Gluteus maximus.
We keep it appropriate. Could be the minimus. It was out to the side.
I love playing back.
Ball pop up. Katie Seroy here. So same thing. Not in possession. Maybe I'll text Coach Drew. But again, I try to mind my own. So let's see here.
Pass your knowledge along.
It's on the right side.
Let's see here.
Gabby Souza has it.
Izzy Gates and Emma Beatty. So Emma Beatty's going to cross the field. She's going to say, oh, but so
She was
a
looking for
little bit
Katie.
of communication was probably needed there, but it's so hard to run. When you got a mouth guard in your mouth, you're running, you're trying to communicate. It's not always easy. So usually your goalie is one of the people that really talks for you. So Gardner ball here. Number 8, Emily Brown. And it's harder to play defense on this side, but what I would like to see from Leavitt is, Addie Walker, she can physically be out of bounds, just have her stick in bounds, But a lot of players
really?
don't. It's hard. It really goes against the nature of your brain, but once
Yeah.
you get it, it makes a huge difference. I played left back. That was my
Your thing.
spot. My coach told me, she goes, you're going to run more and you have to do more footwork. And I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Nice hard hit
I
ball
like
there
that.
by number 11. Olivia Miller's tip actually is
on,
helped it get
Ado.
towards
She's-
cage. So Addie Twitchell's going. Let's see what she can do.
I
She's
said
got
she
some
just bring it
wheels.
all the way up. Can she do? She can just keep
Keep
going.
going.
Yep, she can. There's no offsides in field hockey, so she can keep going. If I'm coach, I want her hitting that
Oh my
ball.
gosh.
Ooh, nice hard hit ball. So if in that case, I'm telling coach, if I am Coach Marston, I want Addie Twitchell to do that. I want her to push that because if you have a player that's feeling it like that, you want them to do it. You want them to try. I mean, she could easily score a goal today. If she continues that, she could easily score a goal today because she has a lot of speed and she does keep that ball pretty close to her.
Rolling.
Ava Twitchell just going in for Jada Beatty.
Oh, Ava Twitchell.
Another freshman.
Another freshman that did not go on the field trip. So that ball normally, if the players were closer to it, they would call that a high ball. But in that case,
Right,
it wasn't near enough people, so let it play. I think a lot of people would rather the officials let that stuff, let them go.
Yeah,
you know?
let them play.
If it didn't really change, and sometimes the officials, if it hits a girl's foot, but it's not going to change the outcome of the play, they'll let it go. That was a nice touch by Emma Beatty, going on their non-stick side. Cut off there by number 11, Tara Nichols. So this is where you can see the difference between turf and grass.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's, and this is thick grass. This field gets very well cared for, so it is a thicker grass. So sometimes you've really got it. Playing on grass, you have to play a little bit differently. You have to play a little bit lower. You have to just
Emma Van
takes a little
Tynen
more
down
muscle.
there.
Emma Van Tynen. Looks like Coach Marston's subbing some girls in to get some get some rest just in case if this game, if anything changes. That's a nice hard hit ball there. I think that was number 1, Brinley Chasen. Olivia Miller with some hand, but they're going to call a corner. So this is a big deal for Gardiner. There's 5.5 minutes left in this. So if they can get a goal even before halftime, like that's
a big deal.
That changes things.
If I was predicting,
To
I
quote
would
Mr.
say
Parkin,
Gabby Souza is going to take the corner.
I would want her to take the direct shot.
I would as well.
Personally. If you've got that shot, you should take it. But Mr. Parkin always says most dangerous lead in sports, two scores. Shout out to Mr. Parkin. He's listening.
Is he? Is he on?
Yep. Oh, nice. Addie Walker with a nice stick right there.
Get it out of there. Come on.
Let's see what's going to happen. We got a scrum.
We need that out.
And they're going to say
There
out of
we
bounds.
go.
So what Emily Poland was able to do there was the defense bought her enough time so that she could reset. Right? The goalie's on a corner. The goalie's job is the initial shot. But yeah, your defenders, if you're in front of your goalie, like if I'm the goalie, which I've had to play goalie before, Miss Kelly's had to play goalie before, you don't want your players getting in the way of your feet. Because you're the only one allowed to use your feet, and you got a lot of padding on.
I would just kick it all the time. Kick it. Can you pass it?
Goalies can actually do what they call a drop kick. So she could hold it on her pancake, drop kick it, and punt the ball. Goalies don't do it because the risk is just too high.
Yeah.
But she can't use her feet outside of the circle.
Makes sense.
So if she left the circle, she has to use her stick.
Could you kick it to one of your teammates?
Well, yeah.
It's pretty rare. I don't think I've ever actually seen it in a game before. I've never seen a goalie do a drop kick in a game. This isn't Doug Flutie.
But you could.
Yeah.
Never in
Technically, they could.
college or anything?
I've never seen it in college either. It's just the risk of it is so high because if you screw it up, who's behind you?
Is it
Yeah, you're
professional field hockey?
Yep. Gardiner is putting the pressure on right now. Looks like the ball's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to call it a corner because they're saying it went off of the girl's foot.
Huh.
It went off of a Leavitt foot. So
52 viewers.
it looks like Callie Libby is in the game right now as well as a freshman. Shout out to Callie Libby, also in one of my classes.
Updated score, 2-0,
It
Leavitt.
is 2-0, 3:30 left in the first half. So if there's some fresh legs and I'm the coach, I'm expecting my girls to get back and play defense and help.
Another big drive for Gardiner.
Let's see what they can do here. Addie Twitchell looks like she's picked it off.
Good for Addie Twitchell.
Yep, let's see what she can do here. I mean,
Keep
if I'm
going.
Gardiner, I'm probably going to do a hack call so I can break up this play. Nice
She
ball.
got you.
And that ball went
that's
off
fair.
of... Yep, let's see what Callie Libby can do. Put some pressure on.
Oh, she is, too.
I talked a lot of trash to Gabby at our homecoming game.
Did you?
I did. And she's so nice.
Do you understand how hard it is to kind of pop, even though it is a thing, to pop the ball on
Oh,
glass?
they're going to call that on Izzy. She was just going for the one time. That wasn't necessarily intentional. There are players who have done that, but... Oh, that was a nice touch by number 10.
That was really good.
Brianna Smith. What a touch.
What
This is...
a
If I...
Get it out.
They're going to call... Are they going to say that would just happen just outside the circle, or are they calling the corner? Just outside. So this is where the ball has to travel 5. I think it's smart to bring your people in. 2 minutes and 15 seconds here. If I'm Leavitt, I'm not feeling comfy right now.
No.
Hey, I have a question, LeBrie.
Yes.
On this roster, it says SW for a position. What is that?
Probably a wing.
A wing.
Yep.
Okay. Sweeper.
Oh, they're saying sweeper? I could say sweeper. That would make sense.
Sweeper. Soccer sweepers are my favorite.
Never played soccer. So
Never
Maddie
played
Moore
soccer?
broke that up. No. Started right at field hockey and on we
Never
went.
stop.
Yep.
Here you are.
4th grade, I think I started playing. I was a swimmer. I started swimming younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My brother was a
Nice
swimmer.
move by Callie Libby to space, but nobody's there for her. Nice hard
Hey,
ball.
She hits that thing.
She's got a nice quick. It's quick too.
What's her name?
That is Gabby Souza.
Gabby Souza.
Callie Libby made that nice little reverse flick pass, which was nice.
Was good.
Got some strong freshmen for sure. Coach Marston should be happy with the freshmen she has. That's a strong group.
Good future.
Yep. So
are
1
these
minute
field
and
hockey
10
girls?
seconds left. The middle school field hockey team is here, cheering them on.
There we go.
Nice job by Olivia Miller. Nice job. Oh, nice shot there. Nice hard pass. That was a flick. It looked like a flick by Gabby Souza, actually.
That was good.
No, they're going to say Brinley Chasen. So I think Gabby Souza, put the mustard on it, and then it got tipped. So
Which
a
is
minute to go.
definitely an uplifting thing for Gardner.
Gardner needed that into this half for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought there was no artificial sound makers.
No, I said M needs to put through the sticks.
But, oh, somebody got a little horn.
A little clapper.
Oh, I think a clapper's
those fine?
probably safe. Yeah, that's.
Can we
not
get
like-
those for
it's
football?
Probably. It's like a megaphone. Okay, so
You
we've
would
got
sit on
53
it?
seconds here. I'm
would
not
sit
sure.
on
I
it?
would be thinking, let's get a corner. I would be thinking that. I'd also be thinking, don't let Gardner really get a chance down here. So
Yeah,
I'd be
just
thinking,
protect.
but I mean, you know, obviously you don't stop putting pressure on just
wind it
because
back?
you want to get to the
I
half.
will wind it back next year if you want.
Let's see. Callie Libby. She's doing a nice job fighting. That's
Not
a.
wind it back.
Hey.
Is Jailbird Gates. Oh, out of bounds. So if you're Gardner, I'm thinking you got 25 seconds. You can get the ball up the field. I also like that the officials.
good.
Oh, nice stop by Callie Libby. Nice
Maddie
wide.
looking for space.
Yep. So I'm thinking, if I'm Gardner, I'm thinking, get that ball up that field. Get it into the circle.
Get that ball up
Oh,
that field.
slip by Emma Beatty. She had it. Emma Beatty falls at least once a game.
Oh, she falls all the time.
Ava Twitchell.
Oh, she does too.
There goes Maddie. All right, so we have officially hit halftime. So we've got quite a bit to talk about, I think, whether it's the other games or what we just saw. So we're at halftime right now. We've got 10 minutes, so it's 2-1. And I'm going to try to see if I can find.
Pull up some games.
Yeah.
Who's left?
So
Everyone?
Yarmouth and Wells are playing today at 5 o'clock. So that's the South, okay? And then
Broke my
York
ankle.
is York and Cape Elizabeth just went underway. That's the 4-5 game like this one. Lake Region beat Grey New Gloucester 2-0 yesterday. Freeport took care of Greeley 7-1. So on the 28th, which is Saturday, Lake Region is playing Freeport, and Yarmouth, the winner of Yarmouth Wells and York Cape Elizabeth will also play. And then also at 3 o'clock, started the same time as this one, was Belfast and John Baps. So I'm going to try to
Belfast
see.
is number 1.
Belfast
and
is the
John
number
Baps
1
is number
seed.
8.
So let's see if we can. I wanted to see if we could find it. Because Nokomis took. So other games while we effort the Belfast John Baps game. Of the games of the North, which is this side, Coney took care of Old Town yesterday 6-0. And then Nokomis beat Lawrence 2-0. So right now on Saturday, Nokomis is going to Coney. Usually
Both
those
very
games.
dominant teams.
Yep. So we actually can talk about the teams that we have seen. We actually covered the Belfast game here. Coney.
And the Nokomis.
Yeah. So the top four or five teams that you've seen is Belfast, Coney, Nokomis, Lawrence, Gardiner, Leavitt. Sorry, added a team. But all of those games, for the most part, for Leavitt's sake, all of them were very close. The Gardiner game obviously was overtime. The Belfast game, which we covered here, was really 2-1.
Oh, that was.
And then at the
weird,
very,
yeah.
very end of the game,
Little stroke.
there was a tip off of a Leavitt stick, and just one of those like freak goals where Belfast really barely they
didn't
barely
even-
touched it,
yeah.
and it went in off of a Leavitt player. That game was very, very, very close, and honestly, Belfast was. I think I said if I was Belfast, I'm thinking I don't want to see Leavitt again.
No. I think we dominated most of that game.
It was definitely like Belfast did not look comfortable.
No.
So, and then the Coney game, the girls had reported to us that they actually felt like Coney was a very strong team, but Gardiner actually beat Coney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. I wrote it down. So, things that we know. Belfast, so Gardiner had a rough game against Belfast. It was 6-0, Belfast won. But then they beat Coney 3-2. And a lot of people have actually said that the Coney team is
Hope you
very,
can't hear
very
me
good.
Gulping in this.
And then Gardiner played Nokomis, and they lost 1-0. So that's a close game. Lawrence was 1-0. They lost that one in a close game. A common game that stands out is actually MCI, which is a Class C team. Leavitt beat MCI 4-1 up on their field, which is pretty far away.
Definitely a hike.
And then Gardner actually lost 3-1. So I was looking at some of the common things. The Coney game, both teams gave up 2 goals to Coney. I actually have Coney's schedule too.
You have a lot.
I told you I had
Info.
researched today. My class was on their field trip. I was ready to go.
We were prepared because last time we were unprepared. We didn't even have a roster.
M says great job with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Matt M. N? N. Thank you, Matt N. But yeah, we were looking at this. So Belfast obviously was 14-0. Didn't have too many close games. They actually, Nokomis was a very close game for them. That was only 1-0.
Oh.
Because it really felt like Gardner, Coney, Nokomis, Leavitt, and Belfast, like it was almost kind of like depending on the day which team was going to come out on top.
Right.
For the most part, it felt like Belfast was able to handle most of their games, but then had a tough game against Nokomis, had a tough game against Leavitt. So it's very interesting. You know, if you look at all those teams, and that's what I was looking at when I was checking everybody's records. Because Coney was 12-1. Their loss was to Gardner. And
Did they beat Belfast?
they didn't. Did they not play Belfast? Nope. They lost 4-1 to Belfast.
Yeah, I was gonna say Belfast is pretty
But what
solid.
I would also say is Leavitt scored on Belfast, and so did Coney, and so did Nokomis. Or no, Nokomis didn't.
Were those the
1-0.
only 3 or only 2?
For this, they also played Messalonsky, and Messalonsky scored on them. Messalonsky's a Class A team. They just beat Lewiston, actually. We actually have some Lewiston Feel Lucky girls here. I saw some.
Who?
I'm
I
not
see
positive
Gabby
on her.
Thomas down there.
But yeah, so we
Reese
had
Maynard is here.
some, and then
They did unfortunately get knocked out of the playoffs last
yeah, but Lewiston's really like their program's made a big change. Like really,
Yeah.
they're on the upswing. They've done really well. And then Nokomis, who is going to play against Coney. I think the Coney-Nokomis game is going to be very, very good because neither team really has to travel. Like, you know, Nokomis doesn't have to travel that far to get to Coney. So I think that's going to be very interesting. And then some of the other things that I picked up between Leavitt and Gardner is they actually had both scored 54 goals on the season.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 50. That's pretty good. 54 goals. And they had both, Gardner had allowed 18 goals and Leavitt had allowed 11. So
Wait, say that again?
Gardner has had 18 goals scored on them, and then Leavitt had 11.
Looks good for us. That's
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of look at, there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
You know, and even like demographically, like they have a similar school size to us. They're kind of same kind of vibes. You know.
same area.
There's a lot of Gardner fans here too.
Yeah, well, and you know,
huge amount of
that's a
Gardner
pro
fans.
of, you know, playing a team that's only about 45 minutes away,
Yeah, it's close.
just on the other side of Sabatis, really. So it's really not far. You don't have to take a main road to get here.
Right down the road.
Take Route 9 down to Route 202. Sounds like the most Mainer thing ever.
Road 202 will take you all the way up.
Or Route 4. Route
All
4,
the way
Route
up to
202.
Gardner.
Route 4 is
Scary road.
It is a scary road. I haven't seen, I'm trying to see if there's any updates on the Gardner game. Oops.
Sorry. Well, we are playing the Gardner game, so.
Oh, not Gardner. Belfast. Thank you. I'm trying to find the Belfast
I can
one.
update you on
if
that
If you
one.
are in the chat and,
And
you
you
know the
know.
score of the Belfast game, we would love that. We would love to know. We would love to keep
would
everybody as informed
absolutely
as
love to know.
possible.
Cash Money Kelly would love to know.
Yeah.
To see if they might have like on Max Sports if they have like
On the Max Preps.
Max Preps?
Well, the MPA actually, you know what, I will give a shout out to the MPA because they've updated a lot of their playoffs. Their standings look better and cleaner. Their brackets are
Yeah,
easier
they're
to access. They
greener,
actually
yeah.
have like a live ticker going on. They've made some
Oh,
updates that
yeah.
actually make things much easier to look at because when I was coaching softball and field hockey, it was so hard to find things sometimes. And like even shout out to Max Preps for making some of these rosters available because it's like, you know, sometimes some
Sometimes
sports
they
and
have,
like some
like-
sports got more coverage than others. So to be able to actually find, like I was able to click right on Gardner, see their records, see their roster. That was how I felt previously. So I guess with the last 2 minutes, a little bit under 2 minutes, we can talk about the game that we were watching.
all right.
The game we are watching is
2-1.
2-1.
It is 2-1. If you are Gardner, you had to score that goal. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like, I get it. It's feel like you got to score goals. Like, I'm like, yes,
That
obviously.
is the point, yeah.
But
Oh, jeez.
you trying to cut me off here? I'm not doing any freestyles today. We already said that. I already promised my
Leavitt Area
husband.
High School.
I promised my husband that I would. I'm trying to actually talk about the game. We keep cutting me off with sound effects, which I do enjoy them, but so there's a minute. So key things that we need to see.
Ella Marie said, I think 2-1 for the Belfast game.
Oh, 2-1. So
2-1.
John Bass put a goal on Belfast. That's good. I mean, well, you know, it means that it's going to be a good game, which is what you want. Like, you want the playoffs. Like, you want the teams. You want them to be there. You want them to make that impact. And, you know, playoffs should be exciting. Mm-hmm. I like that.
I like a close game, back and forth kind of game.
Yeah, these, like, you know, games that are intense, they're
good.
very exciting. So if we're Leavitt, all the girls have said, Leavitt girls have said they like to play on this side more.
It's their home side.
This is their home side. They
like
like to
it?
score towards.
That
They
way?
like to score
Do
towards
they practice
the track.
that way?
Yeah, usually. And so
That's where they warm up.
yeah,
too.
if you can tell, you can kind of tell if you look at what's worn down a little bit more. That
Yeah,
cage.
that makes.
So if I'm Gardiner, I'm thinking, let's clean it up. And I don't mean like language-wise, but like just, you know, like stay low.
I'm getting back into my position.
Yeah, stay low, stay in control. Oh, I need my papers back. I'm so sorry. No, where do my rosters go? Right here. They're all crumpled. Sorry.
That's probably my
So
fault.
I think this is going to be a big deal. I would say I'm going to call my shot. Which if there are goals, whichever team scores first right now, I
Wins.
think that's going to be it. They
Yeah.
may score a little, but I don't know if that's a joke, but I'm calling my shot. Emma Beattie down again.
Oh, we started. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Now this half is very important.
It is, obviously, because it determines the winner. But we're being literal. We're being kind of punchy. Abby's in a seal post to actually be out the window. We have a unique setup here where actually it's off-centered of the field. So that's why if it seems like this side has better views, saved by Emily Toland. If it seems like it's easier to see on this side, it's because it is. So sometimes we're leaning out the windows to try to see the whole field. So sometimes we have to make sacrifices with our bodies to be able to actually look out the window.
Gotta get comfortable.
Yeah,
You
we're
do.
leaning on window frames, all that kind of stuff. So, Adeline Walker with the ball here, picked off by number 7, David Swindles. Addie Twitchell off the foot. That's going to be a corner.
More too.
Well, it's easier for us to see. You know, we're biased. It's easy for us to see. So, there is a really nice community presence here today, which is always something you want to see. But this corner, this is going to be a big deal. For Gardiner, you are feeling pressure here.
You need this.
You're obviously down a goal, but you're getting the opportunity before Leavitt.
Stop
You
her.
want that. Nice hard ball. A slip there. They're going to say, so because Gabby Souza slipped, they're saying that she officially makes the rest of the play unsafe. So obviously, feel like pretty dangerous. You are carrying heavy sticks. So Lily has
Are they
backed
heavy?
up to be. Well, they're like the material of them. They hurt. Field hockey sticks are not soft.
No, they're wood.
They're like graphite.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Field hockey stick splinters aren't funny there.
Oh,
We're getting some slippery dipperies here. Here we go. So Jada Beattie, hopefully she can save. Oh, good try.
She could not.
I like her hair too.
My thing.
Do you like that one?
Let's see here. That's a nice pass. I actually like that pass made by number 6.
A little crowding from
Hickey.
Leavitt. I don't like to see that.
Kind of harder on defense because you're just trying to do what you can. The Beaties are kind of playing what I call the swiping game right now, where they're just kind of swiping at the ball, and you want them to have more control.
I don't know if that was.
I don't think that was really a clappable situation. But
I
so the
just
ball's
heard
got to
people
go 5.
clapping.
Izzy Gates with the
Wrong
sneaky
team.
move of going backwards. So they're going to say in that case for Souza,
She took the
not,
whole-
not quite safe, right?
You can definitely tell with the Gardiner girls that they are used to that turf.
Yeah, hit him
Yep.
right into the.
Yep. It takes time, and sometimes even once you get comfortable, and then you end up with you take just a few minutes off, you can almost get out of rhythm really quick, and almost have to retrain your body to get back on grass. So let's see here.
Get it out. Get it out.
Mally Buckley with a nice job on defense here. If I am Leavitt, I'm a little concerned because number 1 is standing in front of the cage, and there is nobody watching her.
Number 1.
Number 1. If you see her,
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Oh, now Liv's
Olivia
there.
Miller just kind of got near
She
her.
heard you.
but-
Maddie Butley, right? Or I think
Mally
that's-
Buckley?
No, that's not her name.
What?
It's
for-
Brinley,
Brinley
Chason?
Chason? Yep. I think it's Chason because we have Chasons, but I think they're IA. So I think AI is Chason.
That Chason
Makes
sounds
sense.
right, yeah.
I said it with a lot of confidence, which means you guys were like, yep, sounds good.
Sounded good to me.
Olivia Miller with the ball.
used
Nice
psychology
flat
on
ball.
us.
I did. That was a nice pass by Maddie Moore, and Katie Seroy unable to touch that to save it.
I feel like I breathe really heavy.
I always heard myself when I was in the I was like,
So Ainsley Berry is trying to put the pressure on the ball here. Izzy
Tell
Gates.
me when I breathe really heavy, so I can
Nice
stop.
pick by Emma Beatty. She's got some space. Gardner's not approaching just yet. Nice touch. Oh, she's going to slip up, though. It's hard. Once you start going to those little touches to gain control. Oh, my goodness. You guys are...
That is not me.
We had a strong first half, and now you guys are falling apart
This
on
is
me.
not me, Brie.
I'm just saying collectively.
I'm
as a
into
group.
this. Oh, okay.
We are one.
So in that case, like, it looks like Leavitt's defense, they're playing really, they're playing straight up. Not what you want to see to start the half.
Not that.
Because you're physically playing catch up. You may mentally be like, oh, there's the ball. But if you're not physically ready, not great.
That was a good one, right?
That was a nice flick. Yep. Let's see here. But yeah, so see, like, it's almost like they're reaching for the ball instead of just, like, approaching it controlled. That was a nice job by Jada Beatty. Ainsley Berry with a nice touch to secure that ball. She's going to goal. That's a nice pass. Are they going to say?
She scores.
They're going to say hit Katie Seroy's feet first.
She does not score.
She almost.
Jada Beatty
Let's
with
see
a
it.
nice little bit of
Come
control
on.
right
They're
there.
gonna put that right
Are
back
they going
in.
to call? So it hit. I think it went off of that girl shin pad, but it literally didn't change anything
Yeah,
in the
so you
game.
just
So
keep
it's
going?
worth it to just let it go. Yeah.
Jailbird
Nice
in.
ball. Oh,
Beatty.
is that someone? Is that your phone or mine?
Yeah, no, it was mine. It's
Okay.
okay.
I hit my foot. I saved
I'm
it.
sorry.
No, I braced it. I braced its
Oh,
fall.
yeah.
Gabby Souza
cracks.
here. Addie Twitchell. They're going to say that one hit her foot, but Gardner didn't look quite ready. They thought that they kind of like an Addie Twitchell psych out. Like like once she was near, it's like, oh, she's got it. So they weren't even ready to take the free hit once it happened.
They were not.
So Gabby Souza, even on that hit, that wasn't one of her best. Like you
No.
could tell her shoulder popped up a little bit, and that's where you're used to turf. But I mean,
'cause,
she's
yeah.
got such a strong hit that even
Doesn't really
an
She
average
does.
one for her is still pretty good. So in this
I
case,
like her number.
Leavitt's kind of playing a little hit and chase right now. I'd like to see that clean up a little
I
bit.
feel like I'm just bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, this is we're back in the ping pong style.
We need to un-ping pong.
Yep. Oh no. Is there anything going on in the chat that we need to know about? I just realized we've kind of neglected it.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. So I want Addie Twitchell, come to space.
Come on,
Go
Addie.
to where the space is. It's on her
Dog.
strong side now,
Get
too.
dog. Oh.
But then also, even if you lose it on your strong side, you have a better
Oh.
chance of playing defense.
I thought that was a
Dog.
Within reason, I mean, Addie also kind of chopped at the ball. So because they were both not really in control, they're going to let it go.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So then Ainsley Berry, that's a nice pass, but Katie Seroy was behind number 13, Taylor Hebert. So if you're behind the person, you're trying to cut in front of them, and that's really hard to do because also it's on their strong side. So let's see. Looked like the Gardner bench wanted a self-start there. One of their players, I could see her jumping like, take that ball, let's go, right? You want to dictate the pace. You don't want the other team to set that pace for you. So Olivia Miller, looks like she's taking a second. She's like, okay, we need a minute to regroup here.
Set things up.
Olivia Miller, pretty calm girl.
Pretty smart when she comes to her passes too.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, you can tell she like some people just have like a natural sense of spacing.
Yeah.
I
Field
think hers
hockey
is
brain.
pretty good. Yep. Field hockey brain. It's
Hawk brain.
It's really, be careful how that sounds because she's saying field hockey brain because you say F hawk, but it sounds like an inappropriate word if you say it really fast. So we're not actually swearing. Don't come after us.
F Hawk game.
So Emma Beatty, let's see if she can do her thing here. So that's where they're going to let it play, right? Number 6 backed off the ball. Emma kept going, so it was almost like a self-start. So she can hit that ball right in. They should say, I was going to say, it hit number 11's feet. She was trying to get back, so she didn't even see it. Ball has got to go 5 yards now. Nice ball by Emma Beatty. Nice stop there by Gardner's defense. I'm not sure on the number. I think that was number 11, Taryn Nichols. We're going to give her a shout-out, even if
Ooh,
it wasn't
good
her.
pass.
Oh, it was her. Okay.
That was a good pass.
So let's
Saved it.
see. Addie
Oh,
Twitchell is
Addie
ready on
Twitchell.
defense.
Addie's always
You're
ready.
starting to see a little bit of intensity
picked
with
it up.
the bodies. So the officials are going to pay attention to that too. Ooh, nice pick off by Jada Beatty. That was nice pressure. She knew they were going to go to Souza, so she was ready. She didn't fully secure it, but you know what? She broke it up. So that's a win.
In our books.
Proud of you, Jada Beatty. There are about 6 minutes left in this third. It's been a good game.
It has been a good game.
Nice drive by Liv.
That was a
right
nice
there.
ball by Olivia. And they're going to say it went off of a Gardner foot. I would have self-started, but Ainsley Berry, she wants to be in the circle. That's where she wants to be. So I
Right.
understand that too. So the ball's got to go 5 yards. They're looking for Izzy Gates to receive it. Didn't quite go the way they wanted to. Number 7, David Swindles was on there, but the ball is in. Let's see. So they're going to say out just off of a Leavitt. Leavitt was the it's swarming. That's
We're
right.
swarming.
Somebody put in the chat, Leavitt swarming the ball. If only there was a hornet swarm sound effect.
Is that Mr. Davis?
No, it's Jennifer and Chip Groover.
Oh, hey, thank you, Chip.
Thank you, Jen and Chip.
Groover.
Izzy Jailbird Gates. Here she goes. That was a nice reception by number 11, Tara Nichols, to really kind of like receive that ball softly so she's gained possession, not just swatting it down on the ground. So let's see. Emma Beatty steps up on it. So you can see where playing on the left side's harder because the player can always go to your non-stick side.
Is there a way that we can move this thing that I'm sitting on? I don't think there is.
So let's see here. Unsuccessful from Leavitt. So successful by Gardner defense.
My arm is down. Stop! You're moving the camera.
Stop.
Where the camera, our camera person is sitting on a freezer to deliver this video to you. And
Don't
sometimes
expose
it's not always
her.
no, it's not always the most comfortable. We want to honor the physical
Levitt High
dedication.
School. Levitt High School.
Are you trying to make your own sound bit right now?
I'm trying to find the Levitt High School.
Okay, so Emma Beatty fighting for the ball here. Lily is
She cannot get lost in the sound effects.
Yeah, we may have to just remove her from the board.
Sitting her down.
Because
That was
if
a nice
starts
touch.
freestyling again. We
No,
might
I
have a
will not do it.
problem.
I promised my husband I would not freestyle
Did
today.
you freestyle?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that.
She freestyled.
It's cringy, but kind of impressive at the same time.
Was it
the
like a
fact-
legit freestyle?
No, it was legitimate,
It was legit.
but I hate myself for it.
So I'm gonna
Jada
find that.
Beatty. Oh, accidentally the sticks got hooked up there. Jada Beatty way to stick with it, despite like actually bringing another player's stick with her. So it looks like Jada Beatty's getting frustrated. We're starting to get to the hips. The hips and shoulders are starting to get involved here for both
very
teams. It's not just one side; it's for both teams.
Yeah, 100%.
Because this is the game. It comes down to this.
Right.
Right here.
About 3.5 minutes left in this third. 2-1. Jada Beatty. She's fighting hard. Oh, now she's got to go 5 yards. But I think the official realizes that she.
Wait, did she swing and miss on purpose?
No, but it hit the ground. But I think also like she was trying to, because
Yeah.
there was an interference by the defender, so the official was trying to hold the whistle and let her play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
which Anita, I can't even tell you how many of my own field hockey games Anita has done.
She a good ref.
She's a boss.
She's a boss.
I hit her one time. We were at St. Joe's and I drove a ball and it hit a divot and it smoked her right in the sternum and I felt terrible.
That's a stern.
In the chest plate, basically.
That's gotta hurt.
I felt really bad because I hit the ball harder than Gabby Souza. So number 10 here, she's bringing it up. Brianna
Get her,
Smith,
ad dog. Oh, she lost
Addie
her stick.
Twitchell. Let's see what happens here. So Addie Twitchell kind of does like a little chop.
Addie's good at defense, huh?
It's a little chop move. Well, she can drive and play defense.
And aerial.
Is that like a midi? She a midi?
So they play a 2-3-2-3, so it's almost like you have two super
she-
forwards, 2 mids and 2 backs. What's going on?
I don't know. 10 looked like she might have been going down.
Oh,
Oh. Maybe
could
they're
be
just
tired, too.
Like they're doing the same thing.
I think they're both taking a minute. Compose themselves. Ball's coming in. Maddie Morin with a nice pass. Saved by the goalie. That is Natasha Marshall with the save.
Celebration
Maddie
for,
Morin. Well, we don't have anything to celebrate yet.
Yes, we did. She just stopped it.
wrong
No, the
team.
goalie for Gardner.
I know, but
we're
don't
being
we
neutral.
celebrate
We're trying,
both teams?
We're trying to be neutral.
This
We
is
are.
Buzz Media. We're friendly.
I think we've overall tried to remain neutral.
Yeah, we are neutral people.
We try to be. We're Team Switzerland.
We are.
Take U.S. history too, or world history. You'll learn about Switzerland. Oh, nice play by Emma
What's
Beattie.
Switzerland do? Nothing?
They remain neutral. That's their thing.
That's kind of nice.
Yep.
That's nice of them.
Oh, nice ball by Emma Beattie. This is where Leavitt has a chance here.
This
I
is
want to
big.
see. I want to see Izzy Gates
Let's
on the
go.
circle. Olivia Miller with a nice
In,
controlled
get in, get
pass
in, get in.
and they're gonna say it hit a Leavitt foot. That was perfect.
You know what? That's
You
good
did
timing.
it. You did it. I'm proud of you.
I did it.
I'll increase your habits of work by 0.5.
Every game. Thanks. Every game is made better by a little Yankee science.
Izzy Gates with a nice ball by Izzy Gates. Oh, just touched. They're going to say that Katie Seroy was the last to touch it when it went out. Because their goalie, Natasha Marshall, she was on that one too. But what's hard about being a goalie is sometimes just one teeny, like the tip of a stick can change the trajectory of the ball that you've been tracking. Goalie, hard sport. Like a hard place to play in any sport.
Goalie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple fans watching me, so shout out to you. You know who you are.
Wow. I don't even know. I think my grandmother's watching. I haven't looked at my phone, so.
Sound effects definitely hitting now.
Thank
you
you, Chip.
Who said that?
Nope. So that was
Olivia
Davis.
Miller with a really nice ball. Hello, Mr. Davis from the bus. There are 5 seconds left. It looks like time's going to expire. If Leavitt can hopefully get a corner here, but it looks like time is going to expire.
How do you tighten this?
Carefully. Pinch down. All right, so we are now at the end of the third. We are in our short break in between the two. I really think if there is another goal, whichever
It's
team
gonna
it
be
is,
the winner.
this was very, very back and forth, very close. You could see there was intensity building between both teams. Like you could tell they were like getting over it. They were like, "I'm over this girl. I'm over there. I'm over this. I'm over the way they play there. I'm over the way they're doing their block tackles. I'm over you could tell they were getting over it." Which usually means like this is a good reason to take a few minutes to say, "Hey, you need to
Reset.
calm down. We need to focus. We have a plan. We have an agenda. We need to do it in a very we need to play our game." Because I think neither team looks like they're necessarily really playing their own game. They're playing they're just playing survival field hockey
Yeah.
right now.
Not what we're looking for.
Gotta play smart. Field
Yeah,
hockey.
Leavitt really known for kind of passing, going to space first and then making those passes. And it doesn't strike me I would even say Gardiner, if I can't quite tell what your identity is, then that you weren't playing your style. Because it seemed like in the second at the end when they scored, the way that they were kind of Gabby was the navigator. She got shut down pretty hard in that third by Leavitt.
So when they came out though, that they were definitely playing their game.
Yeah.
From the half, you could see they were overlapping, they were going to space, they were bringing it back out when no one was able to capitalize. They were really going and moving it around the way that they felt comfortable. You could see it.
Yeah, and it just feels like that last little bit there, neither team, there was a couple, you could see little glimpses of each team.
Yeah.
But neither team was able to say, this is how we're going to this is our style, we're going to play it. So I would like to see, honestly, whichever team can really establish their style in this last bit here,
Is gonna.
I think
Can
that's
I
going to do
test
it.
this sound effect real quick?
Sure. Gandalf, shout out, Lord of the Rings. If you don't know,
Flawless
please.
victory.
Well, we can't play that.
At the
But
end,
if you don't know about Lord of the Rings, if Emily Poland makes a big save, I am demanding Gandalf.
Okay.
That one's very loud.
I was ready for that one.
so
That one
loud.
was very loud.
I was
That
ready for
spooked
that
me.
one.
I almost fell off
We
the
had to
table.
get a good Ole before the last.
The last 15
Quarter.
seconds or something, we'll play some Olay or something.
This is the last quarter, guys.
This is it.
This is
this
is the final quarter.
It's gonna matter.
Determines the future.
This
This is-
determines
This
Who-
determines who's playing on
who
Saturday.
wins
Saturday.
semifinals.
Who's playing Saturday?
Saturday
Huh.
here, right? No.
Well,
no.
so
It's
let
at
me.
Belfast.
If John Baps beats Belfast, then John Baps comes here, and that's a long ride.
But
That's from
it-
Bangor.
But if we
That is a
win,
long-
Oh, that one hit the quad. That's a hard hit
Oh,
ball.
yeah.
Hit the quad. She's feeling that one.
Yeah.
That's normal. Yeah, that was fair. That was appropriate.
that was
Getting hit in the quad by a feel like ball hurts no matter
not
what.
fun.
I hope she's okay.
So let's see here.
Does it
look-
feel like a Charlie horse?
It's almost like a softball if you've ever been hit by a softball
I
before.
have in my neck one time.
Oh wow, okay. Hope you're all right. Emma Beatty got stopped there. I think that's number 11, which is Tara Nichols. She's had a nice game today. She's done a nice job really trying to stay in control here. Katie Mally Buckley. So sorry. And then Addie Twitchell steps up.
Addie Twitchell
She's
is
going to keep going for it.
Addie's played a good game.
She plays, like, it sounds funny, like, we joke, like, because the girls are like, you always say we play long, but they do. Leavitt's got a taller team, and they use their length a lot as an advantage. So if that was a give and go, just a little bit too far apart, and they're not cutting onto the ball. So let's see what Ainsley Berry can do here to Jada Beatty. She's getting the ball wide.
Come on, score. From there.
Yep, maybe. Well,
Can they?
So it would have to get touched. You can't. A goal has to happen from inside that circle.
Oh, that's right.
So like, if I was back here by Addie Twitchell and I drove the ball, if no one from Leavitt touched it, it's not a goal. Huh. Yeah, has to be touched. That's why there's no offsides, because it has to be touched by a Leavitt player in the circle. Katie Searoy receives that ball. She's playing on the right side right now, which is interesting because usually she is on the left. So Coach Marston probably thought that there was a matchup where Ainsley Berry did better against that player. Or maybe just wanting Katie on that side. So this is where Izzy Gates has a right to hit that ball. I know number 8 for them. Emily Brown looked kind of frustrated, but she does have a right to hit the ball. The officials are kind of saying, listen, ladies, it's time to calm down. We got to clean this up. I know you're frustrated. She's calling a timeout.
Who?
Anita Thomas, the official. She's having like a...
You can
almost
do
like a come
that?
to Jesus. You know,
A
she's
ref
like,
can call a
listen-
timeout in field hockey?
Oh, sure can.
And like talk to you and be like, chill.
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
what
Well,
she's
let me put
saying?
it this way. If she does this and then it doesn't stop, you're getting a card.
Wait, do you think she just said to them, you need to
Oh,
chill
yeah.
down?
Oh, yeah. No, Anita's like, listen, ladies, you need to get it. Like, we're going to play clean. Like, you know, the way you're playing right now, we're not going to keep doing this. Like,
No,
she's a boss.
we're
She's not going to let it
keep
go.
doing this.
What are they doing? Like just being
It's,
physical?
you can tell it's the physical, it's the
Hacking.
elbows, it's the shoulders, it's the hips. And it can even just be like sometimes vocalizations too. Can
Really?
be. They could be talking to each other. So she's going to have them do a bully.
What's
What's
that?
a bully?
So this is what a bully is. So they have to, because both teams had the foul, and instead of trying to figure out which one, so they have to do almost. Yep. Tap,
Like the hockey.
earth. So ground sticks, ground bully. It's like
Ground.
rugby.
So like hockey,
It's a
right?
scrum. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, they only do one. Yep.
Izzy Gates won that.
Ooh, a nice little chip there from her.
That's off the leg. Oh.
So Anita said, like, I'm going to let this play out. Let's see what Katie Searoy can do here.
Let's go.
Jada Beatty fighting for it. They're going to
Off
call
the
a corner.
foot.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, they're going to say it went off of a Leavitt foot, which I actually agree with.
I
From
agree
what I could
too.
see, it looked like it went off of Jada Beatty's feet. So Anita's saying, you know what? I look like I was calling a corner. I actually was not my beat.
That's how I'm doing this.
Sorry.
Let's see. Nice ball there by Izzy Gates. Ooh, nice reception by Katie Searoy. A nice sweeping shot. They're going to call this a long hit, so it's still Leavitt's ball right now because it went off of the goalie. If a goalie hits the ball intentionally, that's a stroke.
Does it
But
just go as
was
a
an accident.
corner?
So this isn't a corner. It's going to be a long hit. It went out of bounds, but there wasn't technically an infraction by the team.
What do they do?
So
a
the
nice
ball's got to go up
laptop.
to the 25.
And they just hit
It
it?
has to travel 5 yards, so I wonder what... So she's going to go back to Addie. Addie's going to do...
Oh, 5 yards
Something.
either way. Oh,
I would have probably fired that back in personally, just because that's where you want to be. A
Oh,
little air
whoa.
dribble there from Addie.
can you do that the whole length of
You
the field?
can. It's really hard to defend if the player stays in control, too. But Gardiner, number 11, that's Tara Nichols. She was able to... She kind of waited, said, okay, here you go. Do your stick stuff. I'll be ready for you when you're
Jailbird.
done. Jailbird here. Sorry, Jailbird is Izzy Gates. That's her nickname.
That's not her name, guys. Jailbird is.
She is not actually a jailbird, but that's the nickname she has preferred. So Gardner with a nice defensive stand there, but right now Leavitt's putting the pressure on and making Gardner stay on defense. Probably if I'm Gardner, I'm thinking on our next free hit, Gabby Souza either smack the heck out of that thing and just get it out of here or do a big aerial. That's probably what I would be thinking. Just create the space, create the time. So Olivia Miller is now going to
Good pass.
go to Katie Searoy. It's going to go off of her stick a little high, but it's still in bounds. It doesn't. It's so hard. It's so far away from us that it's hard to tell. But that was
Yeah.
still in bounds. But it's going to be Gardner ball. Katie Searoy just didn't have control. Izzy Gates here scrumming for it here with number 10. That's Brianna Smith.
This goes so fast in so many different directions.
They're starting. I mean, they're moving. A crossing pass here. Let's see what she can do. They gave Souza some space.
There you
So
go.
what is she going to do with it? Down went Addie Walker. Addie Twitchell and Gabby Souza, very similar in the handle, like in the stick work department. Yeah. So Jada Beatty, I like that Jada Beatty was running with her stick down, but she just didn't have control. Looks like her quad, like, kind of locked up on her there.
Jada?
Yeah.
Nice
But
little
I think she's okay.
Because she
but
didn't get that oatmeal this morning.
It's because she didn't get the oatmeal. Blame Emma. All right, so they're going to say it was tipped by Gardner, and it's a Leavitt ball. Gardner fans a little upset. I did think it did get tipped, but it's so hard to tell sometimes, like, because if the ball didn't change trajectory, it could really look like it just grazed. So
It's very ping-pongy
but
again.
we're in the state of ping pong. They're going to say that Maddie Morin was kind of using her body to obstruct. She wasn't. You can't just like full body shield. You have to keep moving with the ball in order to do that.
Puppy guarding the ball.
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. That works for me. Oh, little slip.
Oh, it's still in.
Number one. That was kind of freaky. Number one, like, saved it, but then slipped, but then still was working with it. So
Come on, go.
if she hadn't been able to like gain possession, they would have called it on her. Because
What's that?
I think they were saying that was a stick, a hack. Which again, those happen so much because you're just trying to go for the ball.
Yeah, you can't really.
Olivia Miller, nice job staying calm and in control there. Katie Seroy with the touch. Katie Seroy off of her feet.
Oh,
It's so hard to do. I mean, it's just so fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes that ball's moving.
hard to control.
And it's round. It's going to roll.
I had one of my acquaintances ask me what jailbird meant. That was when Izzy was in one game and got a yellow card?
Yep, she got a card, and then
She
so
got a
they kept
card.
joking that she was going to bust out and like make a big difference, and
Yeah.
she actually did. So then she earned the nickname.
Jailbird.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Did she have to sit in the chair?
Yep,
Yes.
those chairs that are next to the scorer's table over there by the golf cart.
Those
that
are the
is
jailbird chairs.
Penalty box.
those. Yeah, basically it's a penalty box. Yep.
But it's more professional.
That's my old job, opening the penalty box.
Yeah, I would love to do that because I'd be like, you go to the box and you feel shame, and if you don't know what that is, you're young. So, so we're hitting some. We're kind of in a scrummy state right now. Both teams, I would say, both teams are actually controlling the ball, but we've stayed in between, almost like the two team benches.
Yeah, we haven't really passed.
That's where they've been for a little bit. So Addie Twitchell here fighting for
Does
control.
she not play like a side? Does she just play like middle? Defense or something?
Could be. Well, and also, like, there's, like, a rule. Like, if you step up to play, that player should recover to go to your spot. So that your
Okay.
spot's not just open because
We're
you
up
stepped
to
up
70
to play.
viewers.
Jeez.
Wow. Thank you all so much for watching. A little slip here. They're going to say, so there was nothing there. Number one just slipped. I think it might be because she's wearing turf shoes, which aren't as
Oh,
much
is she?
traction on. They're wearing turf shoes, which,
Not a smart idea.
well, it's hard because cleats are, going from turf shoes to cleats is a big difference. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
So she just slipped, and there's the aerial
wow.
to space. That's
thing
what you're
went-
hoping for. Emma Beatty and Beatty to Beatty.
Beady, 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 beady,
Beatty, Beatty, Beatty.
Beady to beady
Emma
action.
Beatty going to space. You'd love to see her get a nice hard ball in. Jada Beatty's going to
Come on,
touch it
finish
and
it.
receive
Tap,
it. That's a
touch,
nice touch by
touch,
Jada
touch.
Beatty. They're going to get a corner here for sure because so. In that case, you can see where the official holds the whistle. They want the play to continue, but if it changes the course of the play
They'll
because
blow
of the infraction on that player, then they have to call it.
Makes sense.
So for Leavitt, I know I've said it. I think whichever team here,
what's this?
it is 2-1. We just hit under 7 minutes in the fourth.
Big quarter.
Big corner here. What they gonna do here? I think they're gonna do a pass, or a Beatty's gonna go to space and shoot. Nice ball.
Oh.
It did go off of Gabby Souza controlled it, but they're also saying that when she did it, the ball actually popped up pretty high off of her stick.
Another one?
So it's gonna be
Another
another
one.
corner. Yep.
Another one. Is there another one? DJ Khaled button?
Another one.
Oh, we do need one of those.
Another
be
one.
good.
We do need that.
Another.
I can just do it. Another one.
Yeah, Lily is providing actually on the soundboard in her own sounds. So this
Another
ball
one.
had a hard time getting out. I would make a pass here to Addie Twitchell.
Which
you
they
want
did.
her to shoot it. You
Come
want her to
on.
get just get the ball in. Get your if you that's gonna be I think they might call that on Emma Beatty. Oh, okay. So they're gonna say that the ball was dangerous regardless of whether Emma Beatty just fell right there.
Yeah.
Because
Did it
sometimes
hit her
you're
in
like,
the
what?
face?
I don't think it did. It looked like she slipped, but I think because so what's happening is the way that Gabby's receiving that ball, she's popping her body up, so her stick is losing that angle that would keep the ball down a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Emma Beatty, yep, didn't receive that one. So if I'm Gardner, I would start. Yep, number 11 had the right idea. Go.
Wait,
Go
what happened?
as fast as I
She
can.
just didn't get it?
So when you receive the ball, you always want your stick to be at a little bit of an angle. It's almost like bunting, right? The angle matters.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep. I'm explaining to softball terms because she's a softball person. She grew up as a softballer.
Here we go.
Now she's a javelin thrower. I'm pretty good at it.
Oh, yeah.
She is a big jab thrower.
So Emma Beatty going to space here. Let's see if Gabby Souza. So I think in this case, that's a nice pull. But Gabby Souza with some nice defense. This is a matchup. This is a
There we
matchup.
go.
I like this one. This is a good. This is good. Yep. Let's go for it, girls.
Emma Beatty versus Gabby Sousa.
So technically, I don't
Who
think
you
it was
got?
kind of a draw. That was a draw.
Gabby.
It was a draw, in my opinion. Addie Twitchell. Nice ball up the field. Addie has a nice quick shot, like a quick hit, which she does use when she needs to, which is like on a corner. Honestly, I would do a pass to Addie and have her do that quick shot. Because the goalie is automatically starting to track.
Run away.
Jailbird, just run away. Don't go back to jail.
Jailbird fly.
Let's see here.
Take
Maddie
those
Morin.
broken
Nice control by Maddie Morin, except I need that Leavitt player's got to
Get
step
in
up right
there.
there, right?
Get in
You got to
there,
cut onto the ball.
Jailbird's in there.
So she's going to go.
Jailbird better
We've
be in
spent a
there.
lot of time in this corner.
Yeah.
We have. But again, it's your strong side,
At
so
least
it's
it's this corner,
better.
not
Right,
that
it's
one.
better. Right, if you're gonna pick a corner, I guess I would pick that one. Of all four of them, pick
I
that
like
one.
that one.
Emma Beatty
Beatty
with the reception,
chopped
but
that
they're
down.
gonna let it play.
hit.
I respect the decision to let that ball play, and I know some people might not agree, but in that case, Gardner doesn't want the play to stop necessarily.
You win some, you lose
They're gonna
some.
call a high stick on Olivia Miller.
Yeah.
It was the follow through.
It was a little high.
Yep. Yep. So let's see. So we just hit under 4 minutes. So the pressure for Gardner, it's starting to mount because not only they have to score 2.
Honestly,
Right.
I would just try and get in that corner again.
And honestly for Leavitt, and at some point you have to think
Just protect.
tick 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 tick.
Right.
You're thinking we don't have one of those. We need the 60 minutes sound. Next on 60 minutes. Yep. Katie Seroy with the ball. That one is picked off. I think that's Tara Nichols, but I'm so sorry if I'm wrong.
It's okay.
I'm trying to keep the names
You're
right.
getting substitute calls.
Let's
on,
see.
baby.
So Emma,
What?
trying to stay controlled and go to some space here. I like that move instead of just trying to force something when your players weren't there. She didn't have her. She looked up, didn't see any of her teammates. What's really hard in field hockey is looking up. It's hard to do.
Because you're so low to the ground.
Right.
Looks like a painful sport.
Well, if you play it fundamentally, it's not so much. A ball in. Let's see. Ooh, Ainsley Berry. A little
She
swing
had
and
the
miss
good
there.
look there.
Yep. No, but that's the look that you want,
that
right?
is the look.
If you're Leavitt, you're thinking, we found it.
Yeah,
We got to
there
do
she
it again.
is. Send her. Send her.
Gardner here, number
there overtime?
13. Taylor Hebert. Yes. In this case, you can't just. There's no ties. You have to have a winner. So they would do. It would go
To double?
overtime periods where they would play, and then they would do corners, and they would go to strokes if they had to. Miss Kelly and I have played a game that went to strokes in a playoff game against St. Joe's.
Did you win?
We did. We scored with no time left on a corner. We were down 1-0 or 2-1, something like that. And we scored with no time left to go to overtime. And then we did the overtime periods.
Strokes.
And then we went to corners, and then we went to strokes. I scored one of those strokes. And actually, I slipped, and the ball went the exact opposite direction that I thought it was going to. And I just stood up and walked away because I was like, yep, call it a day, call it good.
That happened.
We're done for
Yep,
the day.
I looked at my coach, and I was just like, shh. Let's see, Emma Beatty, nice
Sugar.
hard ball. Ooh, let's
in
see,
there.
they're playing
Come
ping
on.
pong. So they're gonna say it went high, right?
Exact.
It came off of the goalie high, so Jada picked up her stick. Usually, sometimes officials don't like the stick to come up like that, but she was trying to knock it down.
So it's okay.
So let's see. That was a
come on,
really. If
girls.
you're Emma Beatty, that's the shot that you needed mentally. That was a hard ball.
She's ready now.
Yep.
Buzz busting.
Big corner, big corner.
So
Come
let's
on,
see what
score.
they can do here. Nice pass. Let's see what Jailbird can do. Nice flat ball. That's easy to work with. Jada Beatty, Maddie Morin, and Leavitt's going to score.
Woo! Oh, nope.
All right. There's 118. So if you are Leavitt, you are thinking every
excited.
free hit we are taking very slowly. We are looking at all of our options. The officials might actually be like, hey, speed it up.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Gardner's
go.
thinking, get the ball. Because really, this period, it has not made it to the inside 25 more than maybe 2 or 3 times. So Gardner's thinking, we got to
Get
pressure.
it out of there, dog.
Addie Twitchell's thinking, I shall take my time. What shall I do?
Dog.
She's making her
She's a
Christmas
doggy.
list in her mind right now. They're going to call a hack right there on Addie.
Who scored the goal, Abri?
It looked like it was, I thought it was Maddie Morin.
Do we have a replay?
Good job, Maddie.
I don't
If it
think
was
we
you.
have the replay.
We don't have the
We don't
replays.
have the replay. We don't have like a huddle app.
We're not
So
like
we're
Davis
under
and
a minute.
Parkman and-
We're under a minute. So this is where
Alden.
Addie Twitchell, I would do a very big aerial, like midfield. I would be getting it away from Gabby Souza if I'm her.
And taking right her time.
Yep. There we go. Up and over. And then Ainsley Berry fighting for the ball, staying low.
Is over.
Nice save into space.
Yeah.
So she's going
Make
to
it
bring the ball down
4-1.
right and keep. I mean, at this point, just keep the pressure, right? Because obviously,
sure.
if you can get another one, there's
Broken.
20 seconds left.
Do it again,
Maddie
do it
Moore
again,
with
do
the
it
ball.
again.
It looks
Another
like Olivia Miller is
Another
ready with
one.
her stick down. They're going to call a corner. So if I'm Leavitt, I probably don't even play the corner. I'm going to let it run out. So at this point, I think it's safe to say that the
seconds.
game is ending. It is going to be Leavitt 3, Gardiner 1. Time has officially expired, so the game has ended.
Where's the one? It's like one victory.
Yeah, the victory one.
Victory.
Gardiner, I think they just didn't really get to form their identity here in the second half. They had some really good moments. I think they've got a really strong team. There wasn't that many seniors that I could see on their roster. So
No.
if you're Gardiner, you're feeling pretty encouraged for next year.
Next year's right.
And Leavitt is moving on. So Leavitt will be playing either John Baps or
Belfast.
Belfast,
There we
which
go.
we don't quite know. It looked like the game was close when we had checked in last, but at this point we do not know, but that game will be on Saturday. If the game is here, we will do our best to cover it. If it's up at Belfast, I don't think that's in the
think
cards
so.
for us. Not going to
Definitely
lie to you.
not.
I got
See it in
2
my
little
future.
kids. Yeah.
I know you guys are all going to be very upset about that.
But
I'm
thank you so
sorry.
much for watching. We had a lot
Yes,
of viewers.
thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Hope you all have a